Hey guys, this is the fourth part of our little series on how to use Sibelius, and this should be enough to get you started. And hopefully, you'll know by the end of this enough information to go away and write your own piece of music. Okay, so we've got our 8-bar long piece. By default, Sibelius has given us way too many bars. We want to delete some of those, and it's not as simple as it could be to do this, but it's not too difficult to do to delete multiple bars. Basically, select what you want to delete, go up to the bar window here and hit delete, and away they go. Okay, so that makes it pretty straightforward. Let's say, you actually wanted to add an extra bar to that. Well, you can just go add, and you've got some options here about where you want to add extra bars. Okay, so you could add an extra bar at the end, and we've got one right there. Pretty cool. Okay, so let's go back and get rid of that one. Let's say we want to actually repeat our little piece of music. Now, don't forget we started with an upbeat, so we want to get fancy and see if we can repeat it back to bar 1, which is here. And so to do that, we're going to need to mess around with our bar lines. Okay, we want to go to notations, and we haven't clicked on this yet, but this is where we've got a whole bunch of stuff that we'll cover right now. If we, though, sort out our bar lines first, we go to here, and it's got all the different types of bar lines you will need. What we need here is an end repeat. Okay, so there it goes. It's going to go back. At the moment, it's going right back to the very start. We want to select this bar and give it a start repeat. Okay, and now we've got ourselves an 8-bar repeat. Pretty straightforward. Okay, so that is how you do simple repeats and how you manage how many bars are on your page. Let's get into some of the lines here. I'm going to click on this window here and I'll bring up all the different types of lines you can imagine. All right, so they're all here, and there's plenty there to choose from. What we might look at is some basic ones that we're going to use. So let's say we talked about having crescendo and a double F before, didn't we? Right up to the start of that, or to that high note for the trumpet player. So let's select that note and hit crescendo. So it's tied it up like it did before. It's given us the dotted lines to show you where it's connected to. But we're going to want this extended right the way to the end. Okay, now you can drag that around and mess with the sizing of the crescendo. There are some editing functions you can use to make it slightly different shapes and move it around a bit. But that looks pretty good, okay? In fact, it probably needs to be back there a little bit, and then we need to add in our text, which was double F right there, okay. And when we play that, Sibelius should read that and give us our crescendo sound and make it happen for us. Now, we haven't done anything with the other parts on the dynamic front, so we can use cut and paste to help with the situation a little bit. Select the note, paste. Select the note, paste. All right, and we get our dynamics in place pretty quickly across all of those parts. Okay. All right, so beautiful. We've got our dynamics, repeat bars, and we've got that under control. Now we could do some slurs. What do you think? Yeah, I reckon we can slur. Could be one whole line, or we can make it slurred across 3 notes. Let the trumpet player get some air, for goodness sake. They need to breathe at some point. Okay, so pretty easy, isn't it? You can drag those slurs around wherever you need them. Should we give the trumpet player a trill on the very last note? Yes, why not? Trill. There we go. Let's make their life just that little bit more difficult. You can see, though, how easy it is to add all of these markings, and it's a lot of fun, right? Turns all that stuff that you've learned in band class or in music classes into actually something real that you can use. And let's play it and see what it sounds like. Magical, magical. Okay. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed what we've done so far. There is a lot more in Sibelius to mess around with. I can tell you right now, we've barely scratched the surface with this, but it's enough to get you underway with your first composition or your first arrangement. All right, cheers.